right, I'm back. I'm trying to give you guys a rundown on the things that I'm not going to be able to get to, but I have tons of videos for the GED prepping. So systems of linear equations, there's not a whole lot on that one page, but there is graphing, and then there's systems of linear equations graphing, there's systems of linear equations linear combinations method or the elimination method, and substitution method. So all three of those, as well as word problems if you were interested in them, but these are the questions. So it looks like it's just the basics. Those three different those three different playlists would be located in three separate playlists. They are all three labeled those same things. So system of equations graphing, system of equations substitution, system of equations elimination method. All those are listed in those, just the way I just said them, in my YouTube and TikTok. I do have patterns and functions. So there are some of those patterns and functions in my arithmetic and geometric sequence playlists in both YouTube and TikTok. So you can find some of those in there. Function applications, again, you might see these in a variety of ways. I do have a lot of function questions, so you can check those out. Again, both on TikTok and YouTube. These, again, most of these are going to be linear equations. So linear equations, and I have like graphing with word problems. Those are the types of categories you might want to look for when you're looking at questions like this. Function notation, that is something that I do have some videos on, not a lot, so I'm going to try to get some more of these in for you guys. And then looking further down, we come back here to geometry. So there's a lot of stuff with geometry. I have a playlist called Geometry in YouTube. What I did is there's a lot of stuff in there that's kind of lumped in together with that stuff. Specifically triangles. Triangles is at its own category. So I have a playlist for triangles in both YouTube and TikTok. So questions like these, you can find, there's not an overwhelming amount of them, but there's enough that will help you for what you're looking for. Pythagorean theorem in YouTube, there are some in my geometry playlist, but it does have its own category, and there's like 60 something videos. I just am finishing doing this in my class right now, so I definitely have tons of videos on Pythagorean theorem. Again, both YouTube and TikTok are called Pythagorean theorem, but there are some more additionally in YouTube in my geometry playlist. Perimeter and area, not only just perimeter and area of just any kind of geometric shapes, including circumference. So you can find perimeter and area in the playlist for TikTok under area and perimeter. And then I have a separate category of those, and that is area, perimeter, and circumference, which includes my circles. That is all going to be, those are all, both of those categories for both TikTok and YouTube have all of these things in it. So area and perimeter for TikTok, area, perimeter, and circles circumference for my playlist in YouTube. Volume has its own category. So both YouTube and TikTok have a volume playlist with all of these shapes. So you should be able to find plenty enough stuff in there for that. That includes cones and pyramids. This is all the stuff I'm working on in my classes currently. So there'll be plenty of things in there for these. Surface area. I don't have a ton of surface area, which I can do some more if you guys need me to. And I'm probably going to do a little bit more. But there are currently some questions in my geometry playlist in YouTube. And I also have them in my area, perimeter, and circumference playlist on YouTube and TikTok. So you can definitely find things like that in there. And then combined figures, which is also known as just like, you might see combined areas, you might see compound shapes. That is also going to be located in my geometry playlist in YouTube. And it's also in my area perimeter playlist in TikTok. So there's plenty of things with that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much all there is. And then you have, just your basic formula sheet here. So anything else that I have not done, I will make sure to get categories done for you guys so you have more practice materials to study for. And I wish everybody the best on that GED. Or if you're just looking for more practice problems, then make sure you check out my stuff on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. I can't think, it's late at night and I am tired. And you can find all of them in all those categories. And I'll see you soon.